Hello there, and a very good Friday afternoon to you. Welcome along. We're live here on Global Irish Radio this Friday, December the 19th. Only 6 more sleeps now until Santa and his sleigh touches down on your rooftop. Oh, yeah. And it's a good thing that they're flying, because if they were taking the Irish roads, they'd probably never get here. But not to worry. No need to worry about any of that. It is Friday. Welcome to the weekend. And pretty much most of the nation won't do a tap after today. Actually, a lot of people probably itching to get out and get their Christmas season started, because pretty much for most people today is the last full day at work. We use the term work loosely, because especially those folks working at home, I can imagine their minds were a little bit distracted. Sure, they were up nice and early and logging on at 6 a.m. in the morning. We know people who do that, and they look like they're working all of the time, but lots of things to be taken care of on a busy Friday before Christmas. So, yeah, it's Ugly Sweater Friday as well. The day when everybody dons their Christmas ugly sweater and heads off to the pub. Not a care in the world, because January the 5th seems like a world away, a lifetime away. Sure, it's next year. That's when most people will return to work. But lots of pub crawls on this Friday night, and a lot of meeting with friends and that kind of thing, don't you know, in the run-up to Christmas. And I think always the days in the run-up to Christmas are sometimes the best, and the atmosphere. And there's no place better in the world to do Christmas than here in Ireland. Nothing beats an Irish Christmas. That's why everybody wants to come home at Christmas time. So, and lots of people do. And, meeting up with friends and having the crack and buying pints for each other and having a good time. That's what an Irish Christmas is all about, isn't it? And lots of people do make the journey home. But why wouldn't they? It's a 2-week affair here in this country. You gotta love it. As you say, lots of people, not everybody, mind you, but a lot of people now today, Friday, they've switched off the old computer, or they've hung up their tools, or downed their tools, whatever you want to call it. And they're saying to themselves, let the hair down. Christmas has begun. It's good night, safe home to Julie Healy, who is with us for the past 2 hours on irishradio.org. And Julie in fairly festive spirit there as well. So, as you see, it's that Friday feeling, but it takes on a whole new meaning when it's the Friday before Christmas. So we hope you're well wherever you are, and welcome along to our live broadcast here on Global Irish Radio, the Irish Diaspora Station, bringing an Irish Christmas to you wherever in the world you may find yourself. And we hope that wherever you are, you're well and excited and full of that Christmas spirit. Weather, let's take a look at the weather. Oh boy, the weather. It's a nice day today, actually. The sun was out, and it's a little bit chilly, I have to tell you. But the outlook for the weekend, and we took this from Oliver's show this morning, the word that describes the weather over the coming days is unsettled. And you might be asking yourself, it's a word you'll hear a lot actually on Irish weather forecasts. You might be wondering what it means. But according to Oliver, it's essentially lashings of rain, and then just when you think it's going to stop, it starts all over again, and then throw in some wind and blustery gusts and all of that stuff, a little bit of chill. There you go. That's what you got. Unsettled weather. That's how it's going to be for the weekend. And then it goes from unsettled to just kind of cold weather. And a major cold blast apparently is set to sweep across Ireland on Sunday. So temperatures will be dropping in the run up to Christmas. -2 or below in some areas from Sunday onwards. Possibility of snow is increasing. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday. The odds are falling faster than the temperatures, friends. And, the bookies are the ones to watch. I always say, watch what the bookies are saying about a white Christmas, because the weather people, well, they're never right. Well, they're right some of the time. But anyway, they're saying it's unlikely. It's probably more going to be a frosty, sunny day. Christmas morning, that is. And in the days up to it, it's going to be, as you say, chilly, cold, bitterly cold in some instances. And maybe, just maybe, in 1 or 2 places, but as you say, the odds been slashed at the bookies with regards to the money and all that stuff that one might win if there was a white Christmas. So the bookies are playing it safe, if you will. So watch what they're doing. That's where follow the money, as we always say. Global Irish Radio. So yeah, it could be a white Christmas, but it'll be a frosty Christmas, that's for sure. Should be nice walking weather as well if you want to get out after your big turkey dinner and shed some calories, shed some pounds. But who wants to do that on Christmas? Nobody. GlobalIrishRadio.com, GIR.ie. We're with you all Christmas long. We'll be here with the soundtrack to your Christmas wherever you go. So spread the good word. Streaming on as many as 25 digital platforms. We're on Alexa and we're on the Global Irish Radio app. So spread the good word. Spread the good word, friends. And I'm talking about the weather, and I was out for my daily walk on, was it Wednesday? And I bumped into the neighbour, and he says there's a grand old stretch in the evening now, so there is. And he's not entirely wrong, although grand old stretch might be a little bit overdoing it. But the grand stretch, I can tell you, has begun. The sun has started setting ever so slightly later. And the brighter days, they're on the way. That is the good news. There are always brighter days ahead. And following a dark and gloomy winter, some people don't like those shorter days and dark evenings, and the weather and all the rest of it can take a lot of adjusting to after summertime. But, it's time almost to adjust back now. Time flies, doesn't it? The change to the increase in the stretch in the evenings officially began on Wednesday, December the 17th, with the sunset happening ever so slightly later. And when I say slightly, I mean very, very slightly. So it was very astute of the neighbour to notice, because it was all of 1 minute. The earliest sunset this year was at 4:11 p.m, which happened from December the 10th to December the 16th. So that week was the darkest week of winter and the shortest days. And of course, what is today's the 19th, tomorrow 21st, the shortest day of the year. But on Wednesday, we gained an extra minute of brightness when the sun set at 4:12. Now, it's a menial change, but it's a sign of things to come. So with that begins the longer stretch in the evenings. And by New Year's Eve, the sun will be setting at 4:21 p.m, which is a whole 10 minutes of extra brightness. So what are you going to do with it? How will you spend that extra 10 minutes of brightness? Well, whatever you do, we hope you enjoy it. And interestingly enough, the sunrise will continue getting later for the rest of the year, with the sun rising at 8:36 a.m. on Thursday, December the 18th. Well, that was yesterday, and set to rise 4 minutes later on New Year's Eve. So things are happening all around us in the weather. Social media users took to Reddit to rejoice in the great news, with one sharing, "The worst is over, sunset is a minute later." That was on Wednesday. And by a few more... by New Year's Eve, it'll be 10 minutes later. So there you go. We're going the right way in any event. Welcome to our live broadcast, and coming to you from just outside Castlebar here in County Mayo with the Daily Crack Show. My name is Sean G. The little program we do each day rounds about this time. Keep you in touch with Mother Ireland, let you know what we're up to. Let you know what's happening, and the Brussels sprouts, when to get your Brussels sprouts. And December the 23rd is ground zero for Brussels sprouts. That's when everybody goes out to buy them. It's strange and weird that we really don't like Brussels sprouts, and we don't eat them from one end of the year to the other, but they are top of our shopping list when we go out shopping for Christmas, particularly on December the 23rd. So we have a love-hate relationship, I suppose, with the Brussels sprouts. And some people can do amazing things with them, reinvent them and make them very interesting and tasty. Others, they just boil them and they're just tasteless. But there you go. They are a uniquely Irish tradition, I think, and something that is on every Christmas plate, I would imagine, around about Christmas. So there you go. Good luck with your Brussels sprouts hunt. As we say, ground zero day, the day that everybody wants to buy them, is this December the 23rd. So if you want to beat the posse and get ahead of the crowd, maybe go out on December 22nd. I don't know. And yesterday we were playing Christmas music and telling you about the top Christmas songs that people like to listen to. The soundtrack to the drive home in the car, according to carsireland.ie. The most favourite songs there being Fairy Tale of New York, Chris Ree's Driving Home for Christmas, and in third place Wham! And I Gave You My Heart Last Christmas and all that nonsense. But it turns out listening to Oliver today got interesting insight into the song Driving Home for Christmas, because apparently Chris Ree's been talking about the song, which he wrote many, many moons ago. It was released back in 1986. That's how long it's been around. And he's revealed that the song was written shortly after he was banned from driving. We don't know why he was banned from driving, but he was banned from driving, and he penned that song, which has become a perennial favourite, a Christmas classic, Driving Home for Christmas. Everybody loves it, and particularly if they're in the car driving home for Christmas. And he says it's a frustrating and hopeful type of song. And he's 74 now. So there you go. That's the context, and that's the story. We often do our song and story, don't we, for you on the programme. But Driving Home for Christmas, written by Chris Ree, way back, released in 1986, and had been written after he was banned from driving. and we played it for you on the programme yesterday. It's funny because when you hear the context of the story behind a lot of these songs, it gives you, well, a different insight really, I suppose. And you think about the song Let It Snow, Let It Snow, one of the great Christmas classics. That was recorded in the sweltering heat wave of a Hollywood studio, or back in somewhere in LA, I think it was in 1945. So interesting history, but it was absolutely scorching hot outside, and they were in the studio recording Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. But you wouldn't think it from listening to the song. So there you go. Context and the story behind the song, always a bit interesting. Now, we hope you're well and taking a quick look at what it says in our papers. Just a glance at the papers today, the Irish papers, and 3 minutes of madness. 3 minutes of madness, I should say. The headline on several of today's front pages. And these are the words that were used by the lawyer for Sandra Burke, who was given a 6-month jail sentence yesterday for sending social media messages that were rather unsavoury, to say the least, to An Tánaiste and Fine Gael leader Simon Harris. Unsavoury. When I say unsavoury, well, they weren't nice at all. In fact, they were very unsavoury, threatening to murder and harm his family. And there seems to be a big crackdown, and he's been the victim of a lot of nasty messaging on social media and stuff like that, and it seems to be a big crackdown these days on these kinds of crimes, so-called I suppose crimes by keyboard warriors. People are very, very brave and courageous behind the keyboard and say all kinds of things, but as we are finding out, there is a price to pay when you make these kinds of threats. And 6 months behind bar for that particular individual, Sandra Burke. There are other cases pending, I think, as well, because there's been a lot of hate messages on social media for Simon Harris. It's something that we talk about fairly frequently on the Irish Ranter podcast with John Curry. And, you're more likely, I would say, these days to get stiffer sentences for threats on social media than actual carrying out a physical assault on an individual. That's the way things are, and they send a very, very strong message that that kind of stuff not tolerated any longer for people in public life, because it's it can be said fairly nonchalantly or carelessly sitting at home on your computer, but the implications and the repercussions on the other end for the person on the receiving end of these threats can be life-changing and stuff like that, and very worrying and stuff like that. And certainly people doing their jobs and going out their business in public life or whatever their roles should not be subject to that kind of abuse or intimidation from people really who have no real grounds or reason to do so. So there you go. That is the story. That's probably the story that's getting most of the front pages today. Lots of other stuff, but it's Christmas and the papers are always full with bad news and tragedy and all that. So we'll throw away the paper for now. We'll take a look at some of the other bits and pieces that we have for you this Friday coming into the Christmas before. We'll try to go to a happier place. And of course, for Rory McIlroy, last night was a dream. Yes, it was. And Rory McIlroy... He's had a year to remember, let's face it. He won last night the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. We were talking about this on the programme yesterday and anticipating that he might well do it. And what's interesting is that Rory's also one of the contenders for Sports Personality of the Year here in Ireland, RT as well. We'll see, will he do the double? I suspect he likely will. He's a global star, and his accomplishments last year were really... they've eclipsed anything anybody else have accomplished. So I suspect Rory will be getting the award from RT as well. But for now, let us tell you that last night he got Personality of the Year from the BBC. So the 36-year-old not only achieved his dream of donning the green jacket at the Masters in April, but he went on to lead Europe to a nail-biting Ryder Cup victory in New York, despite being vilified by the American fans. Remember the Ryder Cup this year? Shameful behaviour on the part of the American fans. Even threw beer over his wife and throwing beer cans at her and showering abuse at the players. It was really not the finest moment, and I think it was embarrassing for the American golfers. And a lot of people attributed the behaviour of the fans to the Donald, who thinks to bring things down to the gutter, doesn't he, when it comes to anything and everything. We've seen the messages that he tweeted in the aftermath of Rob Reiner's death this week. It's really, really low stuff, and from somebody that occupies the highest office in the world, you would think that they would set they would uphold a higher standard, if you will. But there you go. That's his politics, and that's his modus operandi. But it was not a good look for the American fans. I think the American golfers were in fact quite embarrassed by the behaviour of the American fans. They were not very nice, and they were downright rude. Anyway, It was, getting back to Rory, what a great, in September he thrilled Irish fans, of course, by sinking an eagle putt on the 72nd hole to make a playoff at the K Club, to beat Joachim Langram to win the Irish Open. So it's been win-win-win everywhere you look for Rory this year, and it's also been a win-win-win for his bank account, yeah. He's had to extend his trophy cabinet, and he's also seen his bank balance swell as well. McIlroy has previously spoken about being motivated by sporting success rather than monetary gain, saying ahead of the 2019 Tour Championship that it should be about the prestige of winning an event rather than the money and being remembered for winning and stuff like that. So that's his mindset. Of course, the money counts too, and the money's important as well. He's doing pretty well. They're saying by some estimates he could be the first billionaire in the sport. But I could tell you that after winning the Irish Open, Rory McIlroy won just over $1 million for that, and then $4.2 million he took home after winning the Green Jacket at Augusta. And earlier this year, the Sunday Times Rich List reported that McIlroy has a net worth of about 300 million euros, I should say. So there you go, and Forbes estimate his annual earnings to be roughly in the region of $80 million. So there you go, he's worth about 300 million. Golf has he's been kind to him, and he was rather emotional last night accepting the award there, and he talked about his daughter and stuff like that. He gets quite emotional at times, but that's a good thing, and that represents or reflects how passionate he is about things, I think. And he is very passionate about the golf. He does like the money and all that, but it's really he's driven and motivated by winning and the prestige and the honour of taking these titles, and that's the way to do it, I think. GlobalIrishRadio.com, GIR.ie. We've got the soundtrack to your Christmas right here, and studio at GIR.ie if you want to get in touch with us and have a Christmas tune. Got to get some Christmas tunes going for you this Friday. Get you into that festive Friday feeling. I see former Taoiseach Leo Varadkar has revealed the real reasons he decided to quit politics, saying that life's too short not to do the job that you love. So good advice from the former Taoiseach, who, as you know, stepped down. The former Fine Gael leader shocked the country when he stood down from his leadership roles in 2024, saying that the time had come for him to explore new options and opportunities. And, of course, he's all over the place these days. He appears on all kinds of podcasts and radio shows and stuff like that. He's got more time in his hand. He certainly seems a little bit more relaxed and de-stressed, and he released his book this year, if you're looking for a stocking stuffer for the Christmas season. Speaking My Mind is his memoir, or his, would you call it an autobiography? Well, I suppose memoir is what you could call it. He was speaking to Catherine Thomas on the Are We There Yet podcast this week, and he explained that he had an hour window in which he could announce his departure from politics. And you recall that right after returning from his visit to the United States for St. Patrick's Day celebrations, he caught the nation off guard by surprise with his announcement that he was stepping down as leader of Fine Gael and Taoiseach and leaving politics altogether. But it turns out that it was no surprise to him. He'd made that decision much earlier. Around about Christmas, New Year of that year, he decided he made the decision. And, he talking very candidly on that podcast. He says a lot of politicians, like Tony Blair, Bertie Ahern, and Maggie Thatcher, all these, they never know when to go. They never know when to go. Joe Biden as well, he should have got it that sooner. He should have announced he was going sooner, and the Donald mightn't be in Pennsylvania Avenue now. But yeah, that is one of the weaknesses of a lot of leaders, knowing when to go. What does the old song say? Know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. But anyway, that's Leo Varadkar talking very, very candidly about the fact basically he wasn't enjoying it anymore, and he was ready to leave, and he has had no regrets, and doing his own thing now. He spends a lot of time here and in America. So that's Leo Varadkar. Wasn't enjoying the job anymore, and life's too short to be doing a job that you don't enjoy. Good advice. And speaking of the Donalds, US President Donald Trump has announced a new athletic competition for teenagers in the United States next year. Yeah, getting a lot of talk on this. The competition, which Mr. Trump called the Patriot Games, is what he has described as an unprecedented 4-day athletic event featuring the greatest high school athletes, one young man and one young woman from each state and territory. So the Patriot Games coming to the United States very, very soon. The competition takes place, I suppose, as part of the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. But there are many raised eyebrows, shall we put it that way, online, with many comparing it to The Hunger Games, a dystopian novel and movie series where children from 12 districts fight to the death in a televised arena. One Democrat wrote on his Twitter account, or his X, whatever you call it, and so it was decreed that each year the various districts of Pan Am would offer up a tribute, one young man and woman to fight to the death in a pageant of honour, courage and sacrifice. And he said it took us less than a year to get the Hunger Games. It took us less than a year to get to Hunger Games level fascism. Another wrote, while another, he says, we wanted affordable healthcare, but he gave us the Hunger Games. Anyway, as you can imagine, some people welcoming the Patriot Games, others comparing it to the Hunger Games. And as always, the Donald continuing to make waves wherever he goes. Rightio then, live here on Global Irish Radio. This is Daily Crack with me, Sean G, where I've been busy and not always with you certain days throughout the past few weeks, because I've been doing my taking my driving lessons to get the Irish driver's license, which is kind of cumbersome and a lot of work involved, let's put it that way. And for anybody undergoing the process, well, I wish you well. It's not straightforward in any way, shape or form. And just as I'm about to complete my final driving lesson, I'm reading here online that the driving testers at the Road Safety Authority, who are members of the Forza trade union, they're being balloted for industrial action. Yes, they're going on strike. Just when I want to take my driving test. But anyway, the union said its members have been put at risk due to the lack of an effective system to verify the vehicles presented for driving tests are fully insured. So it's not about pay this time. They're threatening strike action because they're concerned that the vehicles that they are getting into to, evaluate students and carry out the tests, they're concerned that the vehicles may not be insured, and there's no verification system to find out whether they are or they aren't. So for that reason, the driver instructors of our nation think it might be a good idea to go on strike. You couldn't make this stuff up, really. And as William J. Kelly would say, why would you want to? Little bit of news involving Ryan Tubridy, former Late Show presenter Ryan Tubridy, who got married last week, and interesting year for him, and it's going to be a year of change for him, 2026 I mean, because today he presented his final mid-morning show on Virgin Radio in the UK and Dublin's Q102. So he has big plans for 2026, and I couldn't believe when I was reading this that it's been 2 years since he took up that position. It doesn't seem that long, but the time really does fly by. The Irish broadcaster has hosted the weekday 10 a.m. to 1 slot on Virgin Radio, which has been simulcast on Q102 since January of 2024. So just coming up on 2 years since he made the move over to the UK. One got the sense that he never really found his feet or found his groove over there, and he didn't connect with listeners, I suppose, in the same way that he did here in Ireland. He was, of course, one of the elite broadcasters, you could put it that way, in this country. Over there, he was really he just blended in with the crowd, didn't he? But News Broadcasting, part of News UK, said Tubridy's next projects will include a standalone YouTube channel. The Late Show with Ryan Tubridy is what he's planning next, and they're describing that as a series looking back on the lives of well-known names in film, music, sport and television, with Tubridy interviewing journalists, authors and other contributors who know their work. And the programme will be broadcast on Times Radio as well, where he'll continue to contribute further in the coming months. And he's working on a few other radio projects as well. He says he's extremely excited and all of that, and he's particularly excited the fact something that we told you about, was it yesterday on the programme? This, I'm sure, gave him a nice boost to his news today. The fact that the Oscars will be moving to YouTube from 2029. Yeah, they're cutting their ties with ABC7, where they've been broadcast for the last number of years anyway. And after 100 years of the Oscars, the 101st edition of the Oscars will be brought to you in 2029 exclusively on YouTube. So that would put a nice spring into Ryan's step, given that he's making a similar announcement in the sense that he's moving away from conventional television and stuff like that and doing his own show on YouTube. There'd been a lot of rumours in there in the last few weeks that he might be making the move back to Ireland. He got married, he repaid the $150,000 that he had owed RTE, and Kevin Backers, the Director General of RTE, was saying, you know, he could come back if he wanted. The door was open, and they were at the same time denying the fact that he was coming back. No moves or anything of that nature were taking place. But that's the news involving Ryan Tubridy. Irish broadcaster Ryan Tubridy. So 2026 will be a big year for him and a year of change and doing his own thing and, setting up his own YouTube channel and his own show and stuff like that. And no doubt he will do well. A very accomplished broadcaster. And of course, we lost him to the UK for a couple of years. That didn't seem to work out too well. He wasn't doing overly well in the ratings. He wasn't getting paid a whole lot. Certainly not along the lines or the way that he was getting paid here in Mother Ireland. So after 2 years, he's wrapping up the work with Virgin Media or whatever the British radio show he was on, and he's going to do his own thing and lots of other radio projects as well. So you'll be seeing a lot more, I think, of Ryan Tubridy in 2026, and he seems to be in a happy place now. As we say, he just tied the knot, got married, all of that nice stuff. So there you go, that's Ryan Tubridy. Friends, we're live here on Global Irish Radio. So good to be back with you, and we better get some tunes going, get you into that festive spirit. Had some requests we must share with you on the program as well, but for now let's put 20 cents here at the jukebox and see if we can get Finbar Fury and David O'Connor to sing I'll Be Home for Christmas. Happy Friday, friends.
I'll be home this Christmas, and I'm on my way just before the snow. And it's been a while since we shared a bottle of wine and just let all the good times roll.
I'll be home this Christmas. I'll be knocking on your door,
and I will sing you a love song from home, and we can let all the good times roll. Let all the good times roll, and I will sing you a love song from home. We can let all the good times roll, and I'll be home, this Christmas.
and on silver wings above the clouds I'll go.
I'm listening to all the love songs on the jet plane radio, just letting all the good times roll. I'll be home this Christmas, and they've turned on the carbon lights down low. I'll close my eyes to a starry Christmas sky, just let all the good times roll. And I'll close my eyes to a starry Christmas sky, and just let all the good times roll. Let all the good times roll. I close my eyes and wish you a Merry Christmas time. Remember, just let all the good times roll. Remember, just let all the good times roll.
You're listening to Sean G on Global Irish Radio. Global Irish Radio would like to wish all our listeners around the globe a very happy Christmas and prosperous New Year. Come back to Ireland with globalir.com.
Merry Christmas!
Years old, sitting at the table, talking to an empty chair. Then she began to sing. It's a lovely Christmas party. Thanks for sitting by me. You look so beautiful today, and I love your angel wings.
Me and Mom were so confused, wondering what our girl was doing, as we watched our little daughter smiling at an empty chair. Imaginary friend, my love, is that what you are seeing? She said, no, it is my angel, and he's sitting down right there.
He didn't ask this world for much, just to love each other. Is it so very hard to love your sister and your brother? She pointed into emptiness, then her face began to frown. My angel looks so sad today, I think we let him down.
I believe a gift from God was sent to show each of us the way we should listen to our children at that very tender age.
For the pureness of a 3-year-old, so simple and so true, sent to teach us all, oh Lord, to be a little more like you. In a stable in Bethlehem, so much love was born that night. A baby opened up his eyes, and he filled our world with light.
We still love you, baby Jesus, and we're so sorry that we sinned. Please help us walk out from the shadow and live in peace and joy again.
He didn't ask this world for much, just to love each other. Is it so very hard to love your sister and your brother?
Now that emptiness is gone, let's fill the world with peace again.
Feel the love of baby Jesus through the eyes of our children. Let's open up our hearts and let our baby Jesus in.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide.
Hello, all you Global Irish Radio listeners out there, wherever you may be. It's myself, Finbar, here in beautiful northern Colorado, inviting you along to the Reigal Teigal Celtic Folk Show, streaming here live every Monday and Friday evening at 10 p.m. Irish time, where you're guaranteed to hear some rare old recordings from the old country and beyond. And it's all here on globalirishradio.com, the home of the Reigal Teigal. Listen to the Reigal Teigal on Global Irish Radio.
Yeah, that was just before the break. Joe McShane, my old pal Joe McShane, and Margot with a Christmas duet here on the Daily Crack Show with myself, Sean G. It's Global Irish Radio. We're live. A bit of music there, a seasonal favourite, Sleigh Ride from Foster and Allen. I think they were on Oliver's show this morning chatting, so that might be one for you to listen back. And the Reigal Teigal, don't miss the Christmas Reigal Teigal tonight at 7 o'clock. Festive favourites, old rare recordings, Christmas rare recordings at that, courtesy of Finbar out there in beautiful northern Colorado. That's the Christmas Reigal Teigal, not to be missed, the soundtrack to your Celtic Christmas. And it being a Friday, we'll be going down under to Sydney, Australia, checking in with the Irish down there, and the Ireland Calling Radio Show comes through at about 9 o'clock Irish time tonight. 3 hours of great Irish radio from a part of the world that was very much in the news and spotlight this past week, and a lot of concerned Irish people in this part of the world and different parts of the world, given the events on Bondi Beach last weekend, but no Irish injured or anything of that nature, but a worrying time for people. There's so many Irish people now in Sydney, Australia. So check out or check in with the Irish Down Under tonight, 9 to 12 here on Global Irish Radio. Also coming up later on today, the Crack Radio Show from Philadelphia, and Tom's back live tonight as well. Tom's Irish Radio Show, Tom at GIR.ie. Tom will be back over the weekend as well tomorrow with his flagship Good Morning Ireland Radio Show live from Chicago, 1 to 3, with all the latest happenings in the Chicago Irish area, and the latest news roundup with Eileen Magner as well. News from home, everything. He's got it all, and music as well. So that's the Good Morning Ireland Radio Show, Saturday, 1 to 3 Chicago time. You can catch this program later on tonight sometime as well, and we're working on getting the podcast back up and running again at dailycrack.com. And great Irish radio shows coming your way over the course of the weekend. We make stops in Boston, New York, Toronto, Chicago, as you say, Sydney, London, and all over. Basically, we are the Irish Diaspora Station. So there you go. We hope you're well this Friday. And by the way, it is Friday, and round about this time we'd be telling you what's on the Late Late Show tonight. But I can tell you, there is no Late Late Show tonight. It's been pulled from the schedule, and there'll be something else on instead. Actually, Mrs. Brown's Boys, Brendan and Carol's comedy, will be on tonight, so that'll be fun. But the Late Late Show not on tonight. Won't be on next Friday either, because the next time it returns to your screens here in this country is New Year's Eve for a special countdown show. Although what they may not tell you is that it has been pre-recorded, a little birdie tells me. So that's the Late Late Show, and Patrick Keelty returns to our screens on Christmas, or New Year's Eve I should say. So no Late Late Show tonight, so we can't tell you who's on there, and no Late Late Show next Friday night, but the next one will be on New Year's Eve. And as I say, my understanding is that it has been pre-recorded, but don't tell anyone. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Paddy Keelty. His 3-year contract is up. He was signed up to do 3 shows, or 3 years, 3 seasons of the Late Late Show. And it'll be interesting to see, because there have been a lot of changes, hasn't there, around RTE this past year. So it'll be interesting to see what's in store for the Late Late Show. Will they go a different direction, or will they stick with Paddy? We'll have to wait a little bit longer, won't we, to find that out. Another change that's been happening in church circles, shall we put it that way. Pope Leo has named an Illinois bishop to replace the Cardinal Dolan in New York. I'm reading in the New York Times saying a lot of the News outlets picking up on this story and getting a lot of coverage because it represents, or so they say, a sea change in the Catholic Church. The appointment of Bishop Ronald A. Hicks is expected to bring a markedly different leadership style to New York's Archdiocese. And Cardinal Dolan, Timothy Dolan, very high-profile cardinal, or the head of the church in New York, reached 75, and so by church rules must automatically submit his resignation to the Vatican. Vatican doesn't need to accept it, but in this instance it was accepted, and a new guy heading over to take the helm at the church there in New York. And Bishop Hicks grew up in the same Chicago suburbs as Pope Leo. He's 58, by the way, and he's led the Diocese of Joliet since 2020, so he's off to the Big Apple to New York. Timothy Dolan, of course, very tight, or very close with the Donald and all of that stuff and all that comes with it, the baggage. So some people are saying it's it's a big change. Pope Leo on Thursday named, as we say, Hicks as a replacement to Timothy Dolan, and lots of people, they say it's going to be a big change for the direction of the Catholic Church there in New York, the church leadership and all of that. At the same time as getting a new mayor, so lots of change coming to the Big Apple, as you can see, in 2026 in the church and in the political world. Now, closer to home, we have a retirement announcement to share with you. In sporting circles, David Burke has retired from inter-county hurling at the young age, old age, whatever you want to call it, of 35. The pinnacle of his 16 years with Galway Cam when captaining the tribesmen to their 2017 All-Ireland triumph, thus ending a 29-year wait for Liam McCarthy. So that was the pinnacle of his career success. Injuries, of course, like many other players, have interrupted the later years of the midfielder's career, but he was central to his club St Thomas's 6 Galway senior hurling titles in a row, as well as a pair of All-Ireland club titles. So fairly decorated career, and he also enjoyed success at underage and college level. His appearance on the senior inter-county scene coincided with a period of success for Galway. That's David Burke, famed Galway hurler, hanging up his hurley and is throwing his schlitter away and calling time on his time with Galway. So we wish him well. David Burke. Now, let us return to the music. We had a very special request we came in yesterday, but we didn't see it, of course, until after the programme. So it was for our very own Margaret, who works very, very hard behind the scenes here, keeps us on the straight and narrow, does a lot of good work, and make sure the dog gets fed and orders the Brussels sprouts in time for the Christmas. Make sure that we're on the air. Make sure that we're not saying the wrong things on the air. Tries to whip us into line. And Mary Ann Fitzpatrick out there in Philadelphia wants to play a nice Christmas song for her in recognition of all the hard work. And fact checker Fergus rowing in behind those comments as well, and telling us to acknowledge the hard work that Margaret does here behind the scenes on our little programme each day between 3 to 4. So we thank Margaret for all her hard work throughout the year, and we have a lovely, lovely song, one that Mary Ellen picked out. She said pick your own one if you want, but this is the one that I'm suggesting, and I have to agree, you couldn't pick a nicer song around about the Christmas time. And here's a lovely version of a Christmas song that we'll dedicate to our very own Margaret. It's Oh Holy Night by Joe Dolan, backed up by the RTE Concert Orchestra. Take a listen.
Stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the great Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary
Global Irish Radio would like to wish all our listeners around the globe a very happy Christmas and prosperous New Year. Come back to Ireland with globalir8radio.com.
Merry Christmas!
Come gather round the fireside, you're welcome one and all. Lay all your troubles down upon the flagstone. For young and old with stories told, we'll join the noble call. Sing and dance until the morning. It's Christmas time in Carrigaline. From Donegal to lovely Leitrim, there's snow across the plains, the candles in the window. It's Christmas time in Ireland again. The cattle in the haggard, all the fields are crisp and frosty. Morning mist is all along the hillside. The younger hearts are sleeping, in the morning they'll arise, and the snow outside will be a-gleaming. It's Christmas time in Carrigaline. From Donegal to lovely Leitrim, hot whiskey for the soul, a brandy for the road. Now it's Christmas time in Ireland again. It's Christmas time in Carrigaline. From Donegal to lovely Leitrim, there's snow across the plains, the candles in the window. It's Christmas time in Ireland again. The smell of goose, the peat and pine, they'll always fill the air, with holly green and straw upon the manger. You can always trust the mother's touch to make the house a home, and welcome in the kindly stranger. For 'tis Christmas time in Carrigaline. From Donegal to lovely Leitrim, in the dark of winter's light, a star is shining bright. It's Christmas time in Ireland again. The party in the pub is spilling out into the churchyard. Come on, do you have no home to go to? The sermon's almost done, now do you think we'll make last call? And up to the punching for the sing-song. It's Christmas time in Carrigaline. From Donegal to lovely Leitrim, don't mind the bitter cold, the embers are aglow. It's Christmas time in Ireland again. It's Christmas time in Carrigaline. From Donegal to lovely Leitrim, there's snow across the plains, the candles in the window. It's Christmas time in Ireland again. It's Christmas time in Ireland again.
Irish Radio is excited to partner with 950 WROL-AM, The Spirit of Boston, to bring you portions of the Irish Hit Parade, providing the soundtrack to your weekend. Join Paul Sullivan on Saturdays 3 to 7 p.m. Irish time and famous Seamus Mulligan on Sundays 7 to 10 p.m. for a feast of Irish music. Streaming live from Boston right here on globalirishradio.com.
Yes, indeed, friends. We have it for you right here. Portions of it, at least, the Irish Hit Parade. Live from Boston Saturdays and on Sundays, great music from Boston as well. So it's the soundtrack to your weekend. Check it out. It's all made possible by our friends out there at Irish 950, WROL-AM, The Spirit of Boston. Paul Sullivan is back behind the mic on Sundays, or Saturdays, I should say. And a new man. It's been a year since Seamus left us, but Joe Reardon taking over with big shoes to fill there on the Feast of Irish Music on Sunday. So we wish him well on that front. But there you go. Best thing about the weekends, great Irish music from Boston. The soundtrack, as you say, to your Saturday and your Sunday. Check it out if you haven't already done so. We're live for another few minutes here on the Daily Crack with me, Sean G, on Global Irish Radio, the Irish Diaspora Station. If you're not familiar with us or just tuning our way for the first time, welcome aboard. If you're a returning visitor, well, our listener, welcome back. And spread the good word, globalirishradio.com, bringing Irish music to you, Irish heritage and culture 24/7. And we've got the soundtrack to your Christmas, so if you can't make it home for the holidays, not to worry, we will bring it to you. Home is just a click away. Remember that. globalirishradio.com or gir.ie. We've got our Instagram page up and running now, so give us a follow there and check us out on Facebook and all of the other platforms as well. Now, looking at the Irish Independent today, and Irish people stashing the cash more than ever as saving takes. Yeah, we're savers. We don't spend the money. Are you a saver or are you a spender? Well, it turns out most Irish people, according to this piece in the Irish Independent today, are savers. And it's a question that often, often asked in newspaper quizzes about personal finances. Saver is the answer to what Irish people... Well, we are savers. Let's put it that way. Forget about that nonsense. We're saving money like no man's business. Lots and lots of money in the coffers. I don't know if they still keep it under the mattress. No, they don't. Not under the mattress. In the old days, that's where it used to be. But since the Celtic Tiger era, I suppose, and the crash and all the rest of it, people started putting money away because they got worried about the security of their jobs and stuff, and they haven't stopped saving since. But don't be now Scrooge now this Christmas. Open up the wallet and spend. Be flahuluk, as they say, particularly when you go to the pub, and don't be afraid to buy me a drink. But anyway, there you go, a nation of savers. I think there's something like 160 billion on deposits, or the amount of cash that has been saved up by Irish people, and it's not a bad old habit to have when times get tough, and times could be getting tough further down the line. But you can read all about that story. Ireland, a nation of savers, stashing away the cash, an old habit that's sticking with us. Part of our culture, some might say. There you go. The Ranter has made contact, and we will be taping the next episode of the Irish Ranter either tonight or tomorrow, so watch out for that dropping over the weekend at theirishranter.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're looking for new podcasts or Irish podcasts, or trying to find out what podcasts are popular here in Ireland, we've created irishpodcasts.com, which links you to all of the most popular podcasts. In fact, there's a top 10 countdown, so you can listen to what the Irish are listening to, or at least look at what we're listening to. All kinds of podcasts for all tastes. Comedy, politics, self-help, the whole lot, the whole shebang. It's all there at irishpodcasts.com. And, another little feature that we have on our website as well, churchtv.ie, which links you to church services here in Ireland, particularly coming up to the holidays and Christmas. If you want to connect with home and want to attend Mass at your local parish, your local church, a good way to do that would be virtually via churchtv.ie. That's where the Mass services are streamed live, and you can check in and feel part of an Irish, I suppose Christmas Eve in particular, where a lot of people, families come together, and sometimes families can't come together. And so if you want to connect with home and your own local parish, we've linked you to that via churchtv.ie. The link is on our homepage there of the website. Lots of great Irish music coming your way over the course of the holidays, and lots of Christmas music, Celtic favourites here on Global Irish Radio. As I say, the Raggle Taggle tonight, going out the second of 2 Christmas episodes of the Raggle Taggle, curated by Finbar, so you want to check that one out. And on Christmas Eve here next Wednesday between 3 to 5, it's DJ Terry. Of course, DJ Terry will be with you tomorrow between 1 and 3 here on Global Irish Radio, 1 and 3 Irish time, with his show, and he's back on Christmas Eve 1 to 3 with a very, very good Christmas Eve show, so not to be missed. The soundtrack to your Brussels sprouts right here on Global Irish Radio. And then on Christmas Day, when nobody's doing a tap except indulging, Ger O'Brien will be behind the mic live here. He's part of irishradio.org and syndicated here on Global Irish Radio. So live radio for you on Christmas Day here on Global Irish Radio 1 to 3 as well. So 2 special broadcasts coming away over the Christmas season here on Global Irish Radio. Check out the full schedule at globalir.com or gir.ie. And as always, if you ever feel the need to get in touch with us, it'd be great to hear from you. Studio at gir.ie. We'll be with you again on Monday and Tuesday, and then on Wednesday it's DJ Terry. So that is the lineup. Lots of great programs, of course, coming your way over the course of the weekend as well. And do we have a quote of the day today? We do have a quote of the day today to finish up on. You've been listening to the Irish Daily Crack with me, Sean G. As always, Margaret helping out in the background. We want to wish you a wonderful weekend. Spend some of that money. Spend some of that 160 billion you've been saving up. Because as Leo Varadkar said at the outset there, as we told you, life's too short. And there's no, as the ranter might say, there's no trailer, no hitch on the hearse. You cannot take it with you. So it's all good and well saving. But Be flahulach, be generous. That's your Irish word of the day, flahulach. But anyway, there you go. That's our not friends. You've been listening to Irish Daily Crack with me, Sean G. And our quote today comes from a fella by the name of Charles Buxton. You might have came across him in your travels. Charles Buxton. And he says, in life, as in chess, forethought wins. Good advice, good quote. Charles Buxton, in life, as in chess, forethought wins. We hope you have a winning weekend. Can't wait to see you back here on Monday. We'll leave you with the Celtic Thunder, and I wish it could be Christmas every day. See you Monday.
When the snowman brings the snow, well, he just might like to know he's put a great big smile on somebody's face. And if you jump into your bed, quickly cover up your head. Don't you lock the door, you know the sweet Santa Claus is on his way. Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day, when the kids start singing and the band begins to play. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. So let the bell ring out for Christmas. When we're skating in the park, if the snow cloud makes it dark, then your rosy cheeks gonna light my merry way. Now the frosty falls appear, and they've frozen up my ears. So we'll lie by the fire till the sleep simply knocks them all away. Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day, when the kids start singing and the band begins to play. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. So let the bells ring out for Christmas. I wish it could be Christmas. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas. I wish it could be Christmas. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas. Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day, when the kids start singing and the band begins to play. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. So let the bells ring out for Christmas. Well, I wish it could be Christmas every day, when the kids start singing and the band begins to play. Oh, I wish it could be Christmas every day. So let the bells ring out for Christmas. So let the bells ring out for Christmas.
Good deeds are great things, and a single good deed can grow into a forest of kindness. At treedeeds.com, you can dedicate a tree in someone's honour and make a lasting impact on the planet. Each tree is deeded and comes with a personalised certificate, perfect for birthdays, holidays, memorials, or just because. Celebrate life, give back to nature, and leave a legacy that grows. Visit treedeeds.com today. That's treedeeds.com. Rooted in Ireland, gifted worldwide.
Around the clock and around the world. You're listening to GlobalIrishRadio.com.